everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is Christian singles are just like everybody else. Christian singles are no different from anybody else. Before we get started, I'd like to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now let's dive into this topic, Christian singles. Before we get started, I do have a video and we have a letter. So let's watch this video, then we're going to read this letter and talk about this issue. Okay, here we go.
If there's somebody who's listening and watching that's not married, you don't want to be unequally yoked. And many times we do missionary dating where we try to date somebody and hoping that they'll get themselves together. That doesn't work very well. And even you can be unequally yoked with another saved person. They're saved, but they ain't saved. They're saved, but they don't believe in this, or they believe weird religious stuff and they're legalistic and stuff. And even that person, you don't want to be unequally yoked together for the rest of your life.
Absolutely.
With somebody who is sexist and racist.
You go to church every Sunday by yourself.
You go all the time. They say they believe in God, but they would rather be at the bar with their buddies than go. That is not the life that I believe God's called us to live.
Well, you deserve someone who is going to love you with the God kind of love.
Yeah.
Nothing less.
And so if you really just wait on God to put somebody in where you can match spiritual passion, like spiritual fervency, life is so much better.
Now let's dive into this letter and see what she says. She entitles her letter, Practical Steps to Heal a Broken Heart. There was a Christian guy at my church that I slowly found myself falling for. We are in the same church circle, both inside and outside the church. Usually these church groups like to keep you close, okay? My feelings for him developed. Therefore, I have been carrying a torch for him for quite a while. Anyway, we went to a restaurant after church one Sunday. Just the two of us. You can imagine how happy I was. Well, I guess so. When he finally invited you out, you were very happy. And plus, with both of you being a Christian, well, you felt safe too, that he was going to be a good, decent, wholesome man. Anyway, maybe I have a shot with this guy, I thought to myself. Anyway, we spent 6 hours together at the restaurant and driving around Boston. That's a long time for a first date. 6 hours? Wow. That's a long time. And when I didn't see him for a few Sundays at church, my heart sank. As a single woman in the church, I thought that maybe this was the guy that I had been waiting for. I found him to be very attractive, but also saw his intangible qualities as well. Okay, you didn't say what his intangible qualities were, but let's go on. I texted him on Sunday, and he called me the following night. We spoke for 3 hours. I eventually worked up the courage to drop hints that I liked him. Why did you do that? Because he wasn't. So you're going to do it yourself. So instead of allowing him to make the first move, you going to make it. I think that was the wrong thing to do. I really do. He finally caught on and said he doesn't feel the same. What are the practical steps that I can take to get over my heartbreak? How can your heart be broken so bad? And you've only went out one date with the man. You know, you liked him and everything, but he didn't feel the same way about you. It's possible that, you just weren't his cup of tea. That's all. Remember, we are in the same church circle. This means that I have to see him and be around him while interacting with the other members of the circle. Please help me to get over him. Well, it shouldn't be that difficult to get over him because, you and he really didn't have a bond of anything. You were just infatuated. Infatuated by somebody that you met at church. Okay? Listen, ladies. Remember, it doesn't matter where you meet a man. He's still a man. The men that you meet in church is the same men practically that you meet on the street. It's really no difference. Just because they in church, they put on their church cap. They put on their church cap when they go to church. But then when they're in the street or at the club, now they got on their party hat. It's the same people. Don't be fooled by that. Don't be fooled by that. These men are the same no matter what. Now for you, you didn't say that the man mistreated you or anything. He just wasn't interested. But you kind of made some mistakes here. All right, so let me help you out a bit. You met this man in church and you felt like you liked him. Okay, something about him that you felt like you liked. And plus, because you were both in this church circle group or whatever, you felt that you both had like minds. Okay, these are only assumptions. Just because a person that you meet in church, don't assume that they have the like mind like you have. Just because you met them in a holy place. Okay, and I'll put it in quotes, a holy place. See, a lot of people get sucked in by meeting people at church. They think these people are good because you meet them at church. These people are the same people that you meet anywhere. Okay? Now, with you. Ladies, allow these men to chase you. And if they don't make the first move. Ever. Let it go. It's not for you. You see, you may have dodged a really big bullet by him rejecting you. You see, this is the way I look at rejection. It is divine protection. And you should not sweat over it at all. If you see someone you like and the person doesn't feel the same, well then, let it go. But don't make a move, ladies. Don't do it. You playing your cards way too early. You see, I'm going to tell you something. It's better if you see someone you like to act like you don't see them at all. Ignore them. Ignore them. Men love it when you chase them. And men love it when you tell them how much you care for them. This man knew that you liked him before you said it. You didn't have to tell him. He already knew it. You went out with him. He knows that you wouldn't go out with him if you didn't like him. You see. But somehow, at dinner, or these whole 6 hours together, and that was a long time. I don't know what in the world you could have been doing for 6 long hours with this man. And then, whatever happened, he let it go. It wasn't his cup of tea, whatever happened. But for you, you shouldn't be heartbroken. And you should not have given him all of that time. Your first meeting with the man should be, an hour, hour and a half, whatever. Short. Never let a man know how much you care for him. Allow him to show you how much he cares for you. Ladies, you got to be smart about it. And I'm telling you this because I made the same mistake myself by telling a man how much you care for him, and he uses that as leverage to use you. To take advantage of you. Then he'll run from you because he's hoping that you will chase him. Men love that. Men love it. And if you spill your heart out and he rejects you, now he knows that you're heartbroken. It makes him feel big. It makes him feel like power, like he's got power over you. That you're drowning in your tears because he rejected you. Listen. Take it like this. You don't really know him. And don't assume just because he says he's a Christian that he's a good soul. Don't assume that. At all. Now, I do respect him that he told you he didn't feel the same. Because he could have used you and abused you. But he didn't. He told you straight out that he doesn't feel the same about you. So then, what do? Pick yourself up and start loving yourself. This rejection probably saved you from a lot of heartbreak down the road. You look at it like that. Okay? It's divine protection. It's not saying that you are not enough. You are not beautiful enough. You are not whatever enough. It's not that at all. It's just that you are not what he's looking for right now. And there's no telling what he's looking for. It's no telling. But don't take it personal, ladies. Don't take it just because, if a man does not care for you, take it that, well, maybe I'm not pretty enough, or maybe I didn't say the right things, or no, don't take it personal at all. It's all about him, not about you. Okay? It's about him. It's whatever he is looking for. All right, ladies? So, don't push yourself on people. And I know some advisors tell you if you see somebody and he doesn't make a move, well, then you make the move. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're setting yourself up when you do that. Men take advantage of you when you do that. You see? You lay your cards out there on the table. That doesn't make the man want you anymore. You easy. You too easy. A man cherishes something that he has to chase for. Because men want what they feel like they can't have. That makes them want it more when they feel like they can't have it. So it's better for you to be that prize that he has to work for. That he has to chase for. He has to do a lot of things just to get your attention. So, for you, now you feel sad now. You already put yourself out there and everything. But what to do now? Pick yourself up. And when you go to your church groups, act like he's not even there. Don't let your eyes glance over there to him, because he's going to be looking at you just to see how you're going to react. If you're going to be heartbroken or what. If he comes back to church. He might not come back to church because he doesn't want to confront you anymore. He may not. You have to wait and see. But, he probably wasn't any good for you anyway. Okay? But for you, next time, don't lay your cards on the table like that. Don't do it. Don't tell a man that you like him or care for him. And don't tell him that you love him until he comes with a ring to put on your finger. Then you know you got a commitment. And if you feel like you love him then, you can tell him that then. But don't tell him that before. Tell him nothing. Allow him to tell you. Okay, ladies. Be smart about it. Be smart. And see, nobody has taught us how to be smart in dating. It's the men that school each other how to get over on you. But nobody tells us anything. How to act, how to react. But I'm going to tell you, don't make the first move. I don't care what. I don't care who he is. Nada. Don't make the first move. Men will chase what they want. And if what they want is hard to get, when they finally get it, they would do any and everything to hold on to it. And that's what you want. That's what you want. You don't want to be easy peasy. As soon as a man looks at you and smiles at you, here you go dribbling and, oh my gosh, he's looking at me. And, you know, he asked me out. Probably when this man asked you out, you were very excited and very happy because you said in the letter that you can't imagine how happy I was. I hope you didn't show that on your face how happy you were. It's better if you try to keep your composure and know your worth, know your value, ladies. So when a man asks you out, say, first ask him, where would you like to take me? Okay. Where would you like to take me? And then if it's somewhere that you would like to go, then you may say, oh, okay. And then he can suggest a date that he would like to take you. And if it goes along with your program, you can say yes. But don't be too available to him. Don't drop everything you have just to be with a man when he asks you out. Don't do that. Don't let a man see how anxious and happy you are that he invites you out. Be still, ladies. Know that you, number one, that you are worth it. And number one, know that you are doing him a favor by even going out with him. You are the prize, ladies, but you got to act like it. You have to know your value and quit giving yourselves away to these people. Now, I know, you were a little upset. You didn't tell me here in the letter how old you were, but, since you are a Christian, you probably want a Christian man. Well, let's talk about that. A Christian man. Okay? Which means that you want somebody that believes the same things that you believe. It's a lot of Christian people who say they believe, but they don't live like they believe anything. They don't live it. So you always can't go by the titles that people have. Even you can look at the Christian leaders and see many of them don't even live what they're telling you to do. Be careful. Be careful. Don't be fooled by these people's title. And don't be heartbroken if a man rejects you. You take that as a blessing because you don't know what was down the line. Somebody may be looking out for you. Your spirit guides may be protecting you. Take it like that. Don't be downhearted at all. He wasn't for you. Now, we do have another letter here, and it is regarding spiritual leaders and all of that. So we're going to read it too. She says, I watched your video on too many religious leaders are narcissists. In the video, you talked about how you blocked the spiritual leader from putting her hands on you. I sure did. Listen, I understand these spiritual leaders. Many of them are only out to get in your pocket. And just because they have those titles don't mean anything to me. Not at all. Because I'm going to look at who you really are behind your title. So if I happen to be, in your house of worship, I'm not going to go around for you to put your hands on me. I don't know who you are. I don't know where your hands been. No, I'm not going for that. When I would attend church and sometimes stand in the prayer line, the person would put their hands on my forehead to bless or heal me. Did it work? When you went to the prayer line, now think about it, ladies. Think about it. When you went through the prayer line and they put their greasy hands on you, did it work? When you came out, were you healed? When you went home, was your life any better? Did you begin to prosper? Was your life happy? Did everything open up for you? I doubt it. I doubt it. I would wonder about it if the person had good intentions, because sometimes I didn't know the person. That's right. Don't go up there. Don't go up there. And even look at it. Look at this. You can look in the media today and see how many of these spiritual leaders are being exposed as evil beings. Out here deceiving people. And you know how many people have gone up in the prayer line for these men or women to lay hands on them? These evil people, these pastors who've been sleeping with men, sleeping with the women and the thing, and you gonna let them lay their hands on you? They're demons. No, don't put your hands on me. I don't go for that. I remember when I was growing up, and believe me, I tell you, I came from a long line of religious people. Long line. Generations. And they were, everything was a sin. Everything that you did in life was a sin. You see. And they preached against worldly things and all of that. But then, as time went on or whatever, you saw even them flipping around and doing things that they preached against and condemned people forever. Now, here they come doing the very things that they preached against. For instance, this praise dancing in the church, what is that? When you look at it, it's regular dancing. But what they're doing, they just put Jesus in it or God in it and sing the same songs that you hear at the club and do the same dances that you dance at the club. You do it in the church. It's evil, people. Don't be deceived by this. Religion is just big business. That's all it is. And people who are sitting under these spiritual umbrellas, watch them. Watch them. You love yourself and guard yourself from this. I am cautious about this. When someone extends their arms to hug on or shake my hand. Several years ago, when I began my spiritual journey, it really began to bubble up my spirit to be cautious of displays of affection, especially if I did not know the person or just getting to know them. Because on your spiritual journey, you are learning to protect your energy. And you don't allow any and everybody to come into your energy to affect your peace. You don't allow that on your spiritual journey. And your intuition is guiding you and speaking to you and telling you maybe you shouldn't go over there. No, you don't need to shake his hand. You don't need to hug him. Don't let them put their hands on you. Things like that. My question is, can this have the same effect on a person as a soul tie? established through sex? You know what? That's a good question. And I really don't have the answer for that. Maybe one of the other spiritualists can answer that, but I don't have the answer for that right now. Whether they, if it's a soul tie from just touching, I don't believe that. I believe the soul tie is through the sexual experience. But if you have these evil people in your energy, they can affect your peace. That I do know. And this is what you need to guard yourself against. Okay? Just because you go to your houses of worship and people want to put their hands on you and be over you and doing all these things, helping you to be saved. Be wary of that. Okay? Be wary. And what are you getting saved from? From what? I know in the Christian religion, you are taught that you are a sinner. You're born in sin. You're born to be a sinner, you see. And if you don't get saved, then you are doomed to spend your eternity in hell. It's people right now living in their hell. You're living in it. And you're creating your own hell, living right here. So what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? And the same people that teach you this are the same people that commit all sorts of terrible atrocities on people. These same people that are teaching you that you's a sinner. You's a sinner. And you need to be saved. Watch yourself. Watch yourself. I know this channel is about your relationships. And see, this has a lot to do with your relationships. You got to protect your energy. But you want to seek the truth. The truth. And the truth is, don't live your life in fear. There's no reason. You see, this is how religion works, through fear. They use the fear tactic. You see? And if you don't do what we say, this is going to be your reward. Damnation. People, don't live your life in fear. It's not true. None of it is true. So don't be taken by people who claim that they are Christian and they have something to share with you. They don't have anything to share with you. It's all about the money. That's where it comes down to. These organizations are all about the money. So you got to guard yourself when you're dealing with people who are part of these organizations. And realize that, the Christian world is loaded with gays, closeted gays, narcissists, psychopaths, sociopaths, all these demonic energies you will find in the Christian religion. So be careful. Ladies, be very careful. But the way that you guard yourself from all of this is to love yourself and protect yourself. Know what you're dealing with. Know exactly what you're dealing with. And whatever religion that you're in, read the material for yourself, which a lot of us don't do. Read it and see if it makes sense to you. And I challenge you, when you read it, go to your leader and see if they can interpret it for you. Many of these leaders only know a couple of passages, that they've been taught, and they'll preach it to you when you come every Sunday, the same crap, same over. People, it's a waste of your time, your energy, and your money. Be careful. Protect your energy at all costs. And don't be deceived just because a person says that they are Christian. I hope that you understand the message today, and I really hope that it helps someone. Now, those of you who have questions that you would like for me to answer, my email address is in the description. And those of you who are looking for your affirmations and your movement, also the link is in the description. I thank you so much for your comments. I thank you for your letters. And a special thank you for those that leave a donation. I wish you all the very best and happiness, and I really hope to see you next time.